after the incident with Chris and his threatening remark, after we were finished up, I said, you really should have never done that. To create a situation where somebody has to walk around, looking over their shoulder, for possibly somebody to attack them like some fucking crazy nut that we all know is out there in this world is not a good feeling. I mean, I walk around like that.
But you have no problem saying that you're looking forward to smashing my fucking face in.
Dave, we went over this 100 times before.
Well,
I told you that I was mad. Everybody shoots their mouth off. You've even gotten mad a few times.
I don't make physical threats.
I'd never harm a hair on your head, for Christ's sake.
I use facts. You are the one that turns things around. You are the one that constructs
listen, man. See, now you're fucking pissing me off.
Tempers,
Fuck you.
guys. Both
Fuck
guys.
you. That's all I got to say. You continue to make
This
your
is the
fucking
kind of
videos.
stuff that these guys do. The day after I released those documents about Scott, this came up on his Facebook group page. So he put out my place of work. He put out my wife's name. And I don't know if you guys are able to read this clearly, but it says, warning. If any of you have this scumbag on your friends list, block him now. He's gathering information on each and every one of you. He's a piece of and has threatened our physicist and made death threats. Block his ass immediately. Just go to his YouTube channel and you'll see who he really is. We're about to deal with him very harshly. So he put my name, my place of work, and my wife's name out to 35, 40,000 people. I don't know however many people he has on his Facebook group. And, that he basically publicly harassed me and threatened me, saying that he's going to deal with me harshly. And he's telling lies about me that, I've threatened his physicist, and I did nothing. I never threatened his physicist. With the help of Team Fact or Fiction, we debunked his physicist 3 or 4 times now. But we've never made death threats, any of this stuff. But these are just, this is the level that these guys go to make us look like we're the bad guys. And it's sad. This crap's got to stop.
He won't.
You can verify this, Tony, last week. You were the guy that I was texting last week at 2 o'clock in the morning when I was having a hard time sleeping because my daughter's in the room next to me, and every little bump and noise I heard, it was the day that made his threat. We're about to deal with him very harshly. And that, I'm not personally afraid of the guy, but, I've got 4 kids. I've got a wife. And, I mean, honestly, I had a hard time sleeping that night. Every little noise I heard, I'm thinking, did he send somebody up here? What's going on? What's that noise? I jumped up out of my bed 3 times to go check on my daughter. Finally, I just put my pit bull in the room with her. So if somebody was to come through a window or something, he would have been taken care of. But I mean, Tony, what did I tell you? I had my 9mm loaded bedside because I was that upset about it. These guys are crazy. And I don't have any idea what lengths they would go through to, get rid of us or shut us up or whatever. And that's not right. It's not right that AL has to move.
It could be an empty threat, but it's the followers. The followers, there's,
Yes.
5,000, 10,000. All it takes is one. Well, you saw recently with that murderer who got caught, he just flipped over his girlfriend or whatever they were and shot that elderly man, in the head.
Right. You've seen the followers get nasty in his chats and stuff. And they do tell us that they're going to hunt us down and, beat us up and take care of us and kill us and all this stuff. And I mean, it makes you wonder every little noise you hear when you're laying in bed. Is it one of these followers that's, outside my window? Who knows?
Yeah. I mean, I've had multiple of his people, his followers tell me in chats, they will flat out kill me, that they're going to, not just that they want to, that they're going to kill me. And so, he writes messages like, referring to me, the dude is a fake. We are tired of being the hunted. Now we become the hunter. He's been running his mouth for months. Time for him to go. We have hundreds of people hunting him down as we speak. Those are all word for word quotes from Scott. And I didn't say it explicitly before. I will say it. He called my place of work and tried to get me fired, like I said. He failed, but what he did succeed in doing was scaring the people he called. The people who picked up the phone, and I won't say who, and I won't say where, but I will say that despite never having interacted with this person before, having no prior knowledge of who he is or what he does or anything, he managed to frighten them within a few minutes' time just by interacting with him without really trying to, simply because that's the kind of character he is, and he can't help himself. He resorts to basically, even if he's not directly threatening you, implying a threat. And he had clearly not only hunted me down, but he was hunting them down too, trying to find out their information, personal details about them, which he already had in hand, and it scared the living bejesus out of them. Yeah, he's a scary dude, and even if he doesn't necessarily show up here, like you said, it's his followers and the people he might suggest something to. He'll say things like that about hunting me down, and it would be crazy not to think that there's a possibility that one of the people that follow him and read these messages and say, right on, get him, we hate that guy, might actually try to do something crazy, might actually, try to show up and physically harm myself or someone I know. So it's nuts. It's absolutely nuts.
The truth needs to come out. There's people out there that are scared of their lives, and they can make all the threats they want, but they're not going to stop the whole community. There's too many of us, and we're all in this together, and they can't stop all of us. You're not going to stop all of us, and we will continue to bring the truth out.
I think you've hit the nail on the head there, Truth Nerd. What we need to do now, from the sounds of things, is we need to unite. Every truther needs to unite. Unite and show that there isn't a weak link, that you can't poke into little fractions and try to split them up to cause in-house fighting. We need to unite, stand together. Maybe we are being a bit too soft. Maybe we should be ringing up the parole officer. Maybe we should be, getting him done with his bench order and stuff like that. Because if he's willing to go to these extents like he's just done to you, and he's done to a few of us, it's only a matter of time before one of his followers, like you just said, will go, yeah, right on. And bang, it could be one of you guys that's severe, bad in hospital, or even worse. You know what I mean? So I think we really, 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 need to do something. Think about this and act, because the longer we play softy with him, the more he's getting bolder and bolder and bolder. But something needs to be done, and fast.